got so many bullets in that weapon. You can just storm in and kill absolutely everyone with those 100 bullets in that weapon. So you can go for it. If a team can get it, which seems like that was the case,
PLM.
it can be extremely viable. PLM extremely aggressive. So that's a weapon that fits their style.
Okay, so this phase 2 shift, it's gone down southeast. I think it's going to be a south of the river entrance, or circle, should I say. I think that's going to shift a lot of teams back down south. Of course, the likes of Team Top, the likes of PK, Indian Tigers, they already hold down south, so they're in good spots.
Team ARG, they did flush one member away from Nova Monster Shield. That's going to be Bixia. And they are just on a move. They don't really want to pick that fight. They only have one compound. If you have to peel away, it is pretty complicated. So I understand why they decided to give it up. They have vehicles, so they can just get to a safe area a little bit downhill. Makes way more sense, a lot more safer. And, hospital is going to be Kurd Squad, just going to be leaving the area. It does have pretty good loot. I think hospital is pretty well overlooked by a lot of the teams.
It is.
And they do not drop there, don't go there. But if you get a team there, like, the loot is absolutely insane.
If I were Kurd Squad, I'd actually go onto the mountain outside Georgepool.
Big boy
and
mountain.
hold on to the big boy mountain. The reason why is because you get such a great viewpoint of the teams around it, and common sense should tell you that there's going to be a lot of teams going back down the south area of the map, and it could see them pick up a couple of knockdowns, if not even a couple of kills, while holding on to the edge of the circle, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Informia spotting out some members, just going to shot back and forth with that Mini 14, but doesn't connect anything on RD starting, just going to be rotating away, taking his time. And they are having actually a pretty good compound. I said it already, these buildings on left, in which is Nuckers and Kale, they are so good to defend. You have multiple stories, you're a little bit unpredictable of what's going to happen, and you have so many spots to regen back up, but Team Queso Marco going to be taken away by Omen Elite. One of their members actually doing a really good job there, spotting him out. Yeah,
I asked the guys of Team Queso what their favorite game to play was when it comes to like outside of PUBG Mobile, like, you know, in terms of team bonding, and it's Marco Polo.
Really?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I know. If you don't get that pun, then I feel sorry for you.
I was about to say, what are you doing there, Marvin? Well, that was not going to work out for you, and that's going to be Pittsburgh just going to be storming on through and securing one juicy kill for themselves. Yeah, and like Team Queso, they lose a member, they lose their IGL, which now, again, from kind of talking to him, he still stays communicating with the team. He's still in-game leads, even though he might be taken out of the game. And that's such an important role when you're able to do that as in-game leader, when you're still able to keep your team in a positive situation, even if you're out of the game. That's such an important part of your role. And what they're doing is they're kind of going, okay, we need to now shift to the east side of the circle, because most of the teams, they're going to be moving down south, and they're going to be moving down south from the west side of the circle. Team Secret here was the standard little belt formation with the cars, gives nice protection, can dip up and down as you want, and you can get a nice angle of fire. Even like you're basically creating yourself a mini compound, like temporary compound. So if you can do that, definitely viable, especially on a high ground like here, but it's just temporary. They're on the move, trying to find a better location to work with, which I can definitely understand. Same for actually Rejection Gaming. They are having a lot of cars under their control right here, but why have only one car when you can have four? You know?
Of course, getting as many vehicles as you can in the early parts of the game is so important. It means that you can exit into the circle. You can use those vehicles for cover by blowing them up. And it's just such an important part. It's such an important strategy of surviving as long as possible into this game as Team IND are looking for Top Esports. They hold the circle just inside Ruins, as Top Esports, they're over on the north side of this river trying to access their way through.
They have the bridge area. The River Troll is going to try and hold it a little bit longer. He's not going to get another AWM dropping out from the sky. One team did get it earlier. I do not know who's going to get this one, but it is close to the river. A lot of teams are around there, so maybe one lucky team will be able to find it. And even at this stage, it's going to be super impactful, but be careful. Purple Mood Gaming having a few nice shots on Store 9K from Team Secret, but not able to get that finishing blow quite yet, but they're very split. Team Secret, maybe not the best fight to take at this stage. You're on the two sides of a mountain, you're literally split, you have no multiple angles of fire, you do not have more pressure to apply on PLM, so just regroup, please. That is not a prime opportunity.
Yeah, over on the side of purple, like they hold a lot of angles. They're a little bit split up, but they do hold a lot of angles. And because it's in between Roshawk and School, they're able to stay kind of aware of all the teams around them while still holding the high ground.
Team Secret picking another fight behind them, because we have a slow rotation from Purple Mood. They're trying to surround them, trying to apply more pressure, more angles of fire, and that's a really good play, really by the book kind of gameplay. And if it works, go for it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Gonna have then the members of Pittsburgh Knight not moving quite yet, holding that compound. There's no reason to move. It's right in the circle, feeling good. No team's doing like mistakes. Like we had a bunch of mistakes yesterday, but like I think the teams really evolved and saw what was going wrong, and they tried to fix that ASAP, and they did that really well.
Of course, you got to be able to adapt, improve, and make a change.
Oh, that shift. Pachinki. Are we going to have Pachinki ending?
I'm sorry. I'm just like, yep, this is wonderful. It's like everybody expected the circle to be up north. I knew it was going to be down south. I don't know why my spidey senses were tingling. I wasn't expecting to be so much down south. I thought the river might play a bit more of a play, but it's gone completely outside of Roshawk.
And Purple Mood, they rotated. They didn't trust their guts. They just went down.
Yeah.
Instead, and I do really respect that. Went towards Pachinki. If you have like we had yesterday, a really awesome ending in military base. If you can now have a Pachinki ending, we've got the two best endings, basically in Erangel map. So that would be absolutely a great sight to see. This squad still going to school. We're too cool to go for school, so we don't know what's going on here. But they're trying to hold it for as long as possible.
Yeah, so like we see with the overview of the map, like the likes of Omen Elite, they're going into the blue zone once again. We saw them do that yesterday to make sure that they can securely get into the circle without any hassle. Team Kaiser are doing something similar because common sense says that most of the teams are going to be going into the circle from the north side. So if Team Kaiser can get onto the southeast, that will really give them a nice area inside the circle around potentially Potato Hill.
Potato Hill, I would like to see that Imperium, the place you come from, the place of birth, aka Island. But Team Top Esports is still close to Pachinki, and I think a lot of these teams are going to try and get to that central area of Pachinki, having a fun time. And once again, Pachinki ending would be a sight to see. X-Quest Def having one of their scouts a little bit out ahead, but Purple Mood there. The two teams might be clashing, number 1 and 2nd position, facing up against each other. That will be really interesting. But I think it might be going over to Purple Mood because they have that compound under control, which is not the case of X-Quest Def. And that is already, when you have two teams on extremely high level, they're going to use every single opportunity to turn the fight around.
Exactly. And, you know, like there's so many teams that are kind of hovering around Pachinki area. Of course, not directly in the fields of Pachinki, but it's more kind of on the north side of Pachinki, and you got to be aware that it's open season, it's open field, and when you don't get into that circle in a safe way, it can really go against you. Now, Team Queso are kind of looking to take shots around Deformity. Deformity have made the wise choice of once again going down the southeast side to get into the entrance of the circle, because as I said, Potato Hill down the south, outside to the south of Pachinki, is unoccupied, so it is somewhat of a solid way to enter the circle.
I love this church area in Pachinki. It's such a good area to defend. Especially if you have a full team of 4 man, like you can just get a 360-degree area view on top of Pachinki, which is awesome, especially if the circle does close up on Pachinki again.
It's also Hosier's favorite area of Erangel.
Really?
Yeah, come take me to church. That song, did you not know that song?
I'm extremely. I got really
PUBG
bad
Mobile?
music culture. I'm extremely bad.
It's because you're a weeb.
All I know is Post Malone. Also, and anime music.
Exactly. All you know
Naruto
is
openings are so good.
Exactly. It's okay. Uncultured swine. But
Arigatou gozaimasu.
yeah. So Purple Mood, they have that is just outside of Pachinki. It's kind of inside, but it's outside right. But it's still a good compound to occupy. Warframe on the side of the Formula looking to take shots onto Team Queso. Team Queso, once again, sticking together. They're still a 4-man team. Most of these teams actually have 4 players left alive. There's still 57 players left. 15 teams kept going. Mystic does get 1 a knockdown.
Who's going to roll over his ally, but you can't do that. I was like, no, sure, you can't do that. No, we're actually going for Pachinki. It might be the dream ending right here, and that's going to be a really good opportunity for Purple Mood and also Top Esports. They have the prime opportunity to just stop any team from getting inside the compound, and if they can defend that properly, they're just on the run to take this chicken dinner of Game 2.
And it's such a tough situation for these teams because there's so much open area to the east side of Pachinki and to the southwest side of Pachinki. It's all fields. Whereas the only really kind of solid place to enter in around Pachinki is the north side where Pittsburgh Knights are heading. So it's going to be tough.
A lot of teams storming in towards this school area, actually going away right now. Nova Monster Shield, Indian Tigers, all just storming over there. And Care Squad, they want to join the party. It's a derby race, you know, you got to try your best, try and make it there in time and first position, or otherwise you're going to have a hard time making it through that finishing line. Look at that, storming on through, and now this is going to turn into an epic battle to get into Pachinki.
We're going to see these shots popping off. We are going to get into a situation because we're still 23 minutes in where we are going to see the kill feed starting to light up, and it's starting with Purple Mood.
I think I've never seen this many teams in Pachinki at once. Indian Tigers getting eliminated. First team away in 15th position. See you later. Unfortunately, they had a really good game 1 on Sandhawk. This time around, not quite that good. Last position. We still have another Indian team. Team IND on the southern section of Pachinki. You said earlier that would be a really good position to get into. Seemed like they listened to you. Really good coaching, Pyram. Nice job.
I know, right? I do what I do because I do what I do. However, on the side of Kurt Squad, Ibra, as far as I know, is the only player left on his side. It's on the north side of this circle. But Pittsburgh Knights are moving in, so he could be surrounded. However, Top Esports looking to come out on top against Team Seeker, but they do get the knockdown.
Seems like they're having a little bit of a harsh time right now. Top Esports looking at pretty good in the process, but look at that Team Secret using that smoke to its full potential and turning tides around. They are now top. Oh, Top Esports still white count on the tippity top of that mountain right here. Has a granada getting cooked up. If you can shoot it properly, run the smoke. That's not where they're quite standing, unfortunately.
Nope.
If you can have the information on that car, you can actually get 2 easy kills. Fireball, he's trying to rotate up that hill to try and get the regen back up to make it a fair fight of a 2v2. But still, he's trying with those grenade shots, but that is also giving position away of where the last member was. So if they decide to commit Team Secret, they could potentially take him over by surprise.
Yeah, Team Secret were looking to heal up, and now they should look to push up because Fireboy, if he gets revived, that's going to be a 2v2 situation. We saw Team Secret do something similar where they stormed in on Pittsburgh Knights on a wrangle yesterday, and it kind of blew up in their face somewhat. And that would be kind of a bit of a shame. But this next phase circle shift gone outside of Pachinki, Church where was a good spot for Hosier, but he's not playing in the preliminary finals. Let's see who's going to get on to this area right now. Omen Elite, they're in a good spot, but the road is splitting up these teams between the north and south side of this circle, and every single team are going to have to try and make their way through.
Another grenade coming on through. Will it connect? A little bit too far, but still, Alex a little bit put too low right there. He's going to have to be very cautious. Another grenade. They literally have no idea, but they're getting shots fired in the back right there from RG Star Team, looking to storm this church over. So it's going to have to see how this fight actually does pan on through. PLM, all the teams are fighting. It's just so much going on at the same time. It's really hard to follow through.
It really is, because as I said, we're seeing this kill feed absolutely light up. Now, we've seen Omen Elite and X-Quest F have pinched Pittsburgh Knights in a situation where Pittsburgh Knights are down to one player, which is Jagger. So that's not looking too good for them right now. As the side of RG, they're down to 3 players. The LTN got taken out earlier on. AK, Aim Locker, and that third player looking to try and keep their hopes alive of getting into the top 5 to securing a spot in the global finals next week. Pachinki area finish for game 1 of a wrangle in today's games.
I feel really bad for Top Esports. They had that church. It was in the next circle. Yep. They had no idea. They gave it up to fight Team Secret and RG Star Team. Well, that's a free building right there. It's going to be ours now. We're taking dibs on the church.
They're just going to camp it they're going to look to build a wall, so to speak.
It's a high ground and a tall building.
Exactly.
And it's got so many openings. You can be super unpredictable when you're peeking through and trying to take high ground on teams. It's such a good area for this circle.
It really is. As a grenade went through to try and catch out the side of Team IND. But the small fear is that a couple of grenades into that church could put RG under pressure. But the benefit for RG is that there is quite a lot of space that they can move around.
They can dodge it.
So they can kind of dodge them going through. Plus, as you said, they have the high ground, so it's going to be tough for IMD to kind of storm that compound. The Formia keeping their hopes alive on the southwest side of the circle. Team top looking to take down Purple Mood. We see what Purple Mood can do to keep their compounds alive, but they're being put under pressure. One member has been knocked down now. Team top are going to push on through.
They didn't have the circle. They have to do something, and that's going to be something against Purple Mood. They're trying to get those knocks and flushes out of the way. There it is. Nice job from them. But now, be careful. CZ and Narwin, they're on the side. They were not in the same compound, and now you're going to have to deal with another fight. Grenade coming on through. Kobe on top of Cody. And now Narwin, CZ, they're looking to try and flush that kill away. Only Sangmin is left on the side of top gaming. So they're going to have a really harsh time. It's turned into a 1v2. He's got to try and regen them back up. Do not fight. There's no reason. Top of Korea can pull on through. That was a really good positioning, actually, from their side.
On a side note, you were saying about holding on to that church compound. Team IND, they came on through and they eliminated RG Star Team. So the team from India coming out on top, keeping the hopes of India alive in the preliminary finals, looking to make their way through the standings as we get through this game.
Purple Mood, we saw early on Sanhok. Even though they're not full team, they can do absolute miracles and take over some full
but
team
look at
plays.
this, like.
Looking at the Molotov coming through. Also, the grenades, a lot of Unity getting used this early on, even though we're towards the late stage. But when you potentially going to have like an open area ending, those smokes are going to be so impactful. Using them right now is going to be like coming to bite you back where I'm thinking.
There's still 11 teams. There's still 28 players alive. We're in phase 6, Max, man. Phase 6 and there's that many players alive.
11 teams.
Ridiculous.
That means that most teams are not full squads. That's a really big section of it.
Yeah.
Be careful as Team Nova Monster Shield, the winners, one of the winners of Erangel yesterday, again taken away. So no second chicken dinner for you, my friend. Jagger, we saw him earlier on the spotlight. One very confident player for the Pittsburgh Knights. But he's a little bit lonely. And NA versus NA, one of those teams will come out alive, the other one in defeat.
See, and here's the thing, because we're in phase 6 and a lot of teams went in from the south side, we're seeing a lot of these teams die to the play zone, which is a little bit of a shame. But the side of Top Esports taking down team top, looking to camp out this circle, looking to keep them alive as the phase 7 circle shift went again northwards. Omen Elite, they have a good spot. X-Quest F, they have a good spot inside the circle. All the teams around down south, the likes of Team Secret, Top Esports, or Rejection Gaming, they have to try and make their way through while firing off against each other.
Top Esports, they have the high ground. They're going to finally finish what they engaged earlier and finish off Team Secret. That's going to be a smoke coming on through. Maybe a little bit too late. They see him. He's thrown down. Nothing can really do. That's a prime opportunity to get those headshots, get that extra burst damage, and take them out. Team Secret, 6th position going their way. And Top Esports looking damn good.
In the space of 2 minutes, we went from 11 teams and 28 players to 5 teams and 14 players. Cut in half. Maxman, the players in this game have been cut in half in the space of 2 minutes. Omen Elite, they are on 2 kills. Pittsburgh Knights, they are on 2 kills. X-Quest on 5 kills.
Look at those graphics. It looks so good. That was such a good shot. Thank you very much, production team. I love it. And that runs on a mobile game.
I know, right?
That is just top-notch gaming right there. Play where you want, when you want. X-Quest F, still a little bit split. You have Cool Boy, the coolest of the big boys, staying around with those high scores, those high kill points. And he's trying to take that fight versus Omen Elite. Omen Elite staying prone down, trying to take their time, not getting scouted out. But they're using a lot of utility. But Jagger, Lone Wolf doing some work, but might be scouted out by Outsider that's just behind that tree. Grenade coming through, a little bit of extra damage output, a lot of utility, as I said earlier on the fight. White Cat going to be facing on through. But this is starting to be a snake ending Imperium, and I'm loving it.
Jagger does knock down the member of Omen Elite outside their 9K without being exposed himself. That is fantastic play from this lone wolf of Pittsburgh Knights, securing the frag. All Rejection Gaming is going to be put under pressure from X-Quest F. Jagger is once again on a kill streak. As I said, this lone wolf, this man on a mission to put Pittsburgh Knights as high up as they can in the standings, in the placement points, to try and get into a top 5 situation.
The amount of trees and rocks are getting reduced to a really low number, and it's just not going to be enough. But look at that, X-Quest F, 4 members still in the last circle. That's going to be extremely important for the next fight to come. On the side of the circle on your left there, you do have Omen Elite also looking good with 3 members, and only 4 teams still remaining, and it's extremely close. And yeah, we're not there yet.
No, we are. We're not there yet. We've got 4 teams. We've got 11 players alive. We've got to stay quiet, otherwise the players will hear us, and they're snaking around.
Careful, God doesn't love knows what I'm doing. What are you doing?
What are you doing indeed? X-Quest F. Cat looks for shots off on this side of Omen Elite. They took a bit of a risk getting that vehicle, but they're trying to use it for cover. A grenade is going to go out. It does connect onto Memo, and he gets knocked down. However, that vehicle is still going to be there. It's still going to give Omen Elite a chance to get into this circle. The member of Top Esports does get taken out. That's going to be them being taken out right now. But the match has ended, and X-Quest F are the winner chicken dinners.
Finally, that a really harsh game number 1, but here it is. They're back again and showing what they can do in China. Taking the second game of the day. Fourth chicken dinner.
What did I say? Every time they get taken out early on, they come into the next game and they win it and they dominate it. Yes, they had a little bit of a help with the circle being on their side, but honestly, I think that came down from actual calculations and shot calls from their in-game leader. I knew it was going to be a Southern finish. I didn't think it was actually going to be Pachinki. So many teams storm Pachinki, when common sense says the final phases were not going to be in Pachinki. So that's where the likes of Omen Elite and X-Quest F, they paid off with those decisions.
Definitely, those rotations were really efficient, allowed them to get into the circle where absolutely no team was going to be standing, able to rotate inwards, and that's going to be really cool. That means that, like, in a few minutes, we're going to have another interview. We're just going to know everything, right from the name of their mother and parents and everything. We're going to have all the information because you have so many interviews from Geo with them. It's such a good team.
I'm pretty sure I know they're going to say one thing.
China?
Number 1.
Yeah. I waited for you to finish that.
Yeah. Well, because I was thinking, is it number 2? But they are going to be number 1.
Now it's number 1. They took over Purple Mood.
But, like, you know, Team Queso, they were fragging out pretty well in that game. In